live in 5, 4, 3. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. We're live in the group. We're live everywhere. Let's go. Benji DaRula, Street Sweepers of Mafia. I'm BNT CEO. We're live in the full effect. You already know what time it is. Rainbow Reads Radio. We in this bitch. 2022. This is our first, very first
What's up?
Show. As y'all know, I tried to do this before Dolo, but I needed to get me some extra work, you know what I'm saying? Some extra teamwork, some extra support in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? So why not, bring my people on, somebody who I've known a good wholesome 20 years. We've been cool for a minute. He's taught me a lot in and outside of the ballroom. I've taught him a lot, you know what I'm saying? And it just makes sense, you know what I'm saying? I'm not 100% in the ballroom scene, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like on the outskirts of the scene, behind the scenes, but on the scene type shit, you feel me? Making shit happen for motherfuckers on the scene, you feel me? So I think it only makes sense to bring my peoples on, you know what I'm saying? We both are great assets to each other and to our platform, and we just ready to get into it and serve our community and build this platform. What's up with it?
That's what's up. So yeah, like he said, we're here for you. So you all are the reason why so much time has been invested. We deserve more as a people, we deserve respect, we deserve to be treated equally, fairly across the board, not discriminated against because of sexual preference and or any other type of orientations of that
Correct.
nature. So, I just want to be a vessel and a part of a vehicle that is going to drive us to the next level and to the next destination. And we can do that together, definitely not separately. We can do it together.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot more effective if we do it together, especially if we pool our resources and we actually help, our people. Now, one thing that I have been noticing over the years, for real, is that the younger generation, they need more resources. They need more information. They need more outreach programs. They need places that they can go to find certain information, to get therapy, to seek help, to seek housing assistance, to seek utility assistance, food. It's so many different ways. And now we want to pay homage to those platforms, because there are some platforms out there like Ballroom We Care. Name some platforms that you are aware of, Dominique. AIDS Atlanta, Ballroom We Care.
We didn't, yeah, exactly. So we didn't rehearse this, damn it. You're coming at me like, okay. But no, like cow. But no, for example, there used to be, I think POCC is dead and gone, but it may still be going on. But I'm just right off the top. Housing Works is an organization. Destination Tomorrow, which is located, I believe, in the Bronx area. Yes. We also have the Latex, which is through I can't think. Nerves and
everybody. It's cool. It's cool that we're just giving them a few resources off the top of the head. We have lists. We're creating more lists of resources for our people. So just chill. We got this covered. We doing research. We putting everything together for you guys, because we're trying to do this as a whole, like not even just for New York, but for Florida, for Atlanta, for California, for Texas. We're trying to find resources for our people nationwide. So it's not just one consumed to one area or one place of residence. So just know that. Now let's start with actually the breakdown of the letters.
Before you do that, can you tell us a little bit more about who you are?
Oh, I thought I did, but I am Benji DaRula, Street Sweepers of Mafia. I'm BNT CEO. I am an artist. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a media specialist, professional liaison. I do real estate. I work in crypto. I help people build their brands. I'm very good with brand development, brand awareness, and pretty much connecting the dots. But wholeheartedly, I'm an artist. In everything I do, I'm an artist, period, point blank. Now, as far as who I am in the LGBTQIA community, I'm still the same artist. I'm still the same entrepreneur working behind the scenes, like I was stating before. So that's who I am. I'm a behind the scenes entrepreneur who've been paving the way for people on the scenes for a minute. A lot of y'all just might not know. So that's who I am.
I know that's right. Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
that's who I
So
am.
for those of you who do not know me, I am Dominique Lee, native of Norfolk, Virginia. You know, a boy living in a small town with a big dream. I moved from Virginia to an even smaller and or equal to the same size type of town, Charlotte, North Carolina. You know, where I actually started ballroom in Virginia back in '99, up until current date. I went over to North Carolina. Also, I was heading chapters there, and also just trying to inspire the youth, teaching Vogue, teaching runway, but also teaching morals, and just being a sound voice, a voice of reason for those that I knew that were younger than myself. um, Also, I'm an artist as well. As Benji stated, music is my core. Music is my fabric. Music is everything. If I did not have it, I would not exist. That's how deep music goes for me. I am a singer, songwriter, entrepreneur as well in my own right. I am a Prince impersonator. I'm an icon in the ballroom scene. I do makeup, I do hair, I make costumes, all types of things. So, whatever resources that I have that I can provide for you all. If I've never told you before in an open forum, a lot of times I have reached out to different people privately and stuff like that. But I've always been an open vessel for anyone to reach out to me if they need advice or if they just need an idea for a ball or anything, but within reason. And also just remember, it's what you do. It's not what you do, but how you do it. So it's all about leading with love and being respectful of each other at all times.
Yeah, and that was a great introduction, you know what I'm saying? And I've been the same way. It's just my delivery is just a little bit different. But I've always been for my people. I've always been helping my people, putting them on, you know what I'm saying, certain information. As far as in the ballroom scene, I don't really have too much of a history. Like I said, honestly, I probably only walked like two balls. That was never something that I completely jumped in, but I was fascinated by it. I am intrigued by the ballroom scene. Now, some of the ballroom legends and people that are currently in the ballroom scene, I have done work for and I have done work with. So, and like I said, a lot of that work is done behind the scenes, and I'm definitely open to working with more, legends, statement stars, icons, and pioneers. But I do want to
Hello, hello, hello.
kind of lay down what our objective is for the show, and what are we trying to do here. Um, like I said, provide resources. I want us to be able to um, pool our resources and communicate and network respectfully, and really give each other a chance to express themselves, because not all of us are the same. And not all of us move the same. Not all of us communicate the same. Not all of us handle business the same. But we all do have this common denominator, and we are of the LGBTQIA community. And with saying that, they just added some new letters to it. Like, I've always known it to be the LGBT community. Now they just added QIA, and they got some extra, acronyms and stuff that they added to it. But let's start there with the breakdown of the LGBTQIA letters. You want to start there?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So that would be me, actually. I was delegated, but actually, before we dig into the meaning of the LGBTQIA letters and what they mean, I would just like to express to you the mission, which we kind of went over, but just in a more um, type of term, I guess, as well as the vision, the reason why we came together again for you all, just really reiterate that. The mission is to be one of the leading and most sought after LGBTQIA based organizations for marginalized communities, minorities, and people of color. by providing a plethora of useful, practical resources. Uh, we want to end homelessness, racial oppression, mental health disparities, fatal violence against the TGNC individuals, suicides, accidental drug overdose, and other issues that plague the LGBTIQ community. By providing outreach resources, information, and partnering with the other organizations and businesses to provide grants, funding, enrichment courses, and other useful tools. So again, we don't just want to be a podcast, but we are a podcast as well. So we will be giving you, the tea and all of the other type of stuff. But we just want you to know that we are actually going to be an umbrella of resources and pretty much a one-stop shop for whatever it is that you feel like you need, in any way that we can help, even if it is not, placed under a contract or saying that we provide this service. We will try to give you whatever information we can as it pertains to whatever your need is. And the vision for the company also is to be the partner of choice for businesses, educators, grant holders, and policymakers seeking to expand resources to the LGBTQIA marginalized community. So we want to be the ones who are preferential, when they go to give out grants and things, because, everyone has an allotment of funds that they have to disperse throughout a particular year. So we want to be that organization that they come to, and with your support, we can do that. So. Now, as far as the letters are concerned, the L.
Let me speak my piece real quick as far as the mission and the vision of it, because we do want to make sure that we are clear with our community that what we're doing here, and it's not just about mess and gossip or the latest tabloids or hot topics or shit like that. It's a lot more than that. So that was his mission statement that he wrote for the Rainbow Reads Radio. A lot of y'all are aware or should be aware of some of these messages that I sent y'all all the way back in like 2020 when I actually first had the vision for the show. I sent a lot of ballroom and pageant participants in and outside of the community. I sent them a message just to kind of get their, not their opinion, but just to kind of get their viewpoint on where I was trying to go with it and what I was doing with the whole platform. And I'll reiterate that. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up right now. But again, thank y'all so much for y'all patience. Thank y'all for tuning in. And we appreciate y'all tuning in right now. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up right now.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We got some viewers over here on Facebook. We got some viewers on Instagram. We are also live on the YouTube channel for Rainbow Reads Radio. This will be the first show that we have uploading. Also, some resources that I want to give y'all real quick. Make sure y'all check out ballroomwecare.org. They have some resources for housing, for therapy, for a lot of different.
We're gonna get to all of that. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm just shouting them out now so that way we can have some go-tos for resources, because we don't have all of ours. We have a list for it right now, but we don't have our website ready yet. It's coming, so just stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? We got it. We're gonna go ahead and break down the letters of the LGBTQIA. All right, you first with the L.
The L is for lesbian. Okay, so lesbian refers to a woman who has a romantic and or sexual orientation toward women. Some non-binary people usually also identify with this term. Okay, so if you hear someone say, I'm a lesbian, just know that they are a woman who is romantically and sexually, attracted to other women, so to speak.
Okay, and the next letter we have is gay. G for gay. Sorry. Used in some cultural settings to represent men who are attracted to men. and pretty much women who are attracted to women, gay, homosexual relationships, same gender, same sexual behavior. Pretty much that's the definition of gay. Same sex intercourse, relationships, etc.
So I, for example, am gay and proud of it. So there you go.
Right.
So the B is for bisexual, or in shorter terms, bi. A person who experiences sexual, romantic, physical, and or spiritual attraction to more than one gender, not necessarily at the same time. So I might like girls sometimes, I might like boys sometimes, and then I might like them both at the same time, basically. So yeah,
All right,
that's
and the next letter is
that.
the next letter. The next letter is T for transgender. And a transgender is a person whose sense of personal identity or gender does not correspond to the sex they were assigned at birth. It does not. They do not conform to gender stereotypes, and their sexual orientation varies and is not dependent on gender identity. Now, with transgender, I honestly have had the pleasure to help fund a person's orchiectomy, and that actual procedure is when a male gets his genitals pretty much clipped, and that is he is now well she is now a woman. She has had the surgery to remove their male genitalia, and now she should be looking into getting her breast done, but that is the definition of transgender.
So the Q is for queer, a multifaceted word that is used in different ways and mean different things to different people. Which sounds like Mama made me munch my M&Ms. Okay, so yeah, basically, I would look at queer as the term that would kind of be if you're not sure and you're given a more of a vague synopsis or a characterization, or the queer people, because it identifies so many all within one, and it can all mean so many different things, so to speak. It's a multifaceted word. So first of all, the word is multifaceted, which means that it can mean and identify a variable of things. And then also the word is used in different ways, and it also means different things to different people. So it kind of, yeah.
It's like a multiple meaning word thing.
Oh, I'm
um
sorry. And also the breakdown: attraction to people of many genders, so they can be attracted to many genders. They don't conform to cultural norms around gender and or sexuality. So any ideas, scratch them. A general term referring to all non-heterosexual people. So anyone who is not straight according to society would be looked at as queer, so to speak. Some within the community, however, may feel the word has been hatefully used against for too long and are reluctant to embrace it. That's what queer is.
all right, and then the next letter is I, and I stands for intersex. Intersex is an umbrella term that describes people born with any of 30 different variations in sex characteristics, including chromosomes, gonads, sex hormones, or genitals. Now, we have some key terms inside of that umbrella: asexual, aromantic, pansexual, non binary, gender fluid, gender queer, agender, myhu, mooks or moof, I think, heterosexism, cisgender. It's a lot of extra. Um, and I also saw something that said two souls. I'm not sure specifically what that meant. I'm gonna look into that a little bit more, but I just saw something like that was just added to it. But that is intersection. Should we break down each one of these that's under that umbrella?
Uh, No,
That's
I
a
don't think that. I don't think that's necessary.
It's a lot, but it's a lot of those are referring to people who are born with more chromosomes of one sex than other, and they don't pretty much identify with a specific gender. Am I right?
Again, I don't want to quote anything because I'm not 100% sure. But if you all have any questions about those terms or would like to the breakdown further, if you have a way of commenting, please feel free to do so. Also, there's another Q in the LGBTQIA, which is questioning. And the questioning aspect is an individual who is unsure of and or exploring their gender identity and or sexual orientation. So they're kind of on the cusp. They're questioning their sexuality. You know, like I have these tendencies, I have these feelings, but I haven't quite acted upon them, or like I'm still not sure where I identify or where I may fit in this particular, you know, setup within the community. So.
Right. Just like I think like gender non-conforming, because they don't specifically go they don't specifically say that I'm a man or I'm a woman. Like they might feel like a man today, they might feel like a woman tomorrow. So there's gender non-conforming. So we don't want to leave anybody out. We kind of wanted to shed light on the letters and what they represent and kind of how we fit into that grand spectrum. I wanted to I think the titles kind of like separate us a lot more too. But at the end of the day, like I said, people are free to express themselves however they choose to and however they see fit. So however you choose to identify with yourself is definitely, it's definitely up to you. All right. Me personally, I would say I'm bi. You know what I'm saying? And I love it.
Bye.
I love it. All right. You know what I'm saying? All right. So next,
Bye,
what do
bye.
we next is the diversity and inclusion, or you want to go to the Black historians, or you want to wait and save
Yeah,
that for
yeah,
later?
yeah. I think we can kind of move forward, but I would just like to take a moment to shout out Ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Ballroom has been a very important aspect of my life. It has been half of my life. I've been
Right.
a part of Ballroom since 1999.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've given, whom as much as given, much is required. But, I poured a lot into Ballroom, but also Ballroom gave me a lot, and it also poured into me. Whether
Yes.
it was inadvertent or, whether it was lessons that were taught that was meant as shade or was meant to, do whatever, it still strengthened and taught me a lesson. So, there are so many different things that I learned, and especially the level of creativity, learning to be
Thanks.
confident in learning to be confident in myself and what it is that I have to present. Although I was already confident, Ballroom gave me an extra boost and a different level of creativity and took all those things that I had already had and took them to the next level.
Correct.
But yeah, so we also wanted to highlight, because it is Black History Month, we would like to highlight not only Black historians, but since the beginning of time, gay people, trans women, trans people in general existed since the Bible days. So the fact that we are still viewed as if we have four heads and eight stomachs or whatever the case may be, it's ridiculous. So and we're marginalized, so I want to empower us as a community, and we want to highlight, Black gay historians, which are also a part of Black history, which a lot of times may be overlooked because they don't fit a particular scope of, what representation looks like or who should be mentioned or who shouldn't. And not just Black people, but, being Black and gay is just an extra stripe, So I'll just continue. So the two people that I chose, as far as the two people that I would like to highlight, were, I don't know if you all have heard of him because prior to now I hadn't either, but Bayard Rustin, who was born in 1912 and died in 1987. Profoundly enough, Rustin was an LGBTQ and civil rights activist best known for being a key advisor to, you wouldn't believe, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. He also organized the 1963 March on Washington, and also was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor, in 2013 for his activism. In 2020, Governor Gavin Newsom pardoned Rustin for his arrest in 1953 when he was found having sex with two men in a parked car in Pasadena. Rustin served 50 days in Los Angeles County Jail and had to register as a sex offender in pardoning Rustin. Newsom noted how LGBTQ people were unjustly punished for their sexuality by U.S. law enforcement at the time Rustin's arrest. And also, you all probably have known of this individual. Well, go ahead and do yours, and then I'll do mine, so they don't have to keep hearing my voice.
Oh, I thought you was gonna do both of yours. Okay, I'll do one of mine. One of mine is Bayard Rustin. Rustin was an LGBTQ and civil rights activist, best known for being a key advisor to Reverend. Is that the same one you just did?
Yeah.
No? Oh my God.
I just did. Sorry.
All right, cool. So I'll do my other one. Gladys Bentley. Bentley was a gender bending performer during the Harlem Renaissance. Donning a top hat and tuxedo, Bentley would sing the blues in Harlem establishments like the Clam House and the Yubanki Club. According to a belated obituary published in 2019, the New York Times said Bentley, who died in 1960 at the age of 52, was Harlem's most famous lesbian in 1930 and among the best known Black entertainers in the United States.
Word. Okay. Known among the best. It's not
Gladys Bentley, passed, born in 1907, passed in 1960, a part of the Harlem Renaissance.
Part of the Harlem Renaissance and known as one of the best.
The best lesbian.
Yes. We've been doing this shit for years.
A long time ago.
We've been doing this shit for years, bitch. We not only deserve flowers, bitch, we deserve a whole garden. What do you mean? At this point, bitch, you want 40 acres plus a garden of nothing but roses, bitch. And almost every successful person, period, has someone somewhere down the line who is of another type of persuasion, not just heterosexual. I don't mean any harm to anyone who's straight. Congratulations. Right. Marsha P. Johnson, who you all may know, or heard of.
Everybody should know Marsha, Miss Marsha.
So yeah, she's definitely a name that, rings bells and, who people mention quite a bit. And so Marsha was born in 1945 and she died in 1992. Marsha P. Johnson, who would cheekily tell people the P stood for pay it no mind, was an outspoken transgender rights activist and is reported to be one of central figures of historic Stonewall uprising of 1969, which they still have the bar where I reside, New York City, Stonewall, in the downtown area near Christopher Street. That bar is still there. They still have that area, where they marched. Along with the fellow trans activist Sylvia Rivera, which is also another household name many have known and have spoken, Johnson helped form Street, a transgender action revolutionaries, which is the acronym STAR. It's Street Transgender Action Revolutionaries, a radical political organization that provided housing and other forms of support to homeless queer youth and sex workers in Manhattan. She also performed with the drag performance troupe Hot Peaches from 1972 through the 90s and was an AIDS activist with AIDS Coalition to Unleash Power. So shout out to all the Marsha P. Johnsons in the community, my sister Tabitha Gonzalez, Nicole Bowles, Sean Coleman, Sanaya, Mika, all the icons and the people in the community, not only ballroom, but that are out here doing the work for the community. Shout out to you all. This is somewhere where I've always felt like that I belonged, but timing is of the essence and timing is everything. So, God bless you all. I just want to be here for you all and hopefully you'll be here for me and we can be there for each other.
Yeah, thank y'all so much. Like even the people who are current, there are a lot of current people in the ballroom community who are and have been, making moves inside and for the community for years. Major shout out to Ballroom Throwbacks, a media guru for the ballroom community. Major shout out to, wow, it's so many people. In and outside of ballrooms. Now, we don't just want to talk about the ballroom community either, though. There are some people in the pageant community as well, who have been leading and providing resources for them and for ourselves and for our people as well. So we definitely want to shed light on both parts of our community, because both are just as important. One is just as important as the other. Another person in LGBTQ history, Alvin Ailey. Ailey was a choreographer who founded the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, one of the most prominent dance companies globally, in 1958. His signature work, including Cry and Revelations, continue to be performed all over the world. In 2014, Ailey was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom for his influential work in bringing dance to undeserved communities. So major shout out to Alvin Ailey, born in 1931 and passed in 1989.
Yes, yes, yes. And again, so here in New York City, where almost everything lives, Alvin Ailey Dance Studio lives here in the lovely state of New York.
Yes.
So, so thankfully, New York tends to be the mecca and the blueprint for the start of a lot of things, and then a lot of other places pick it up. So
Yes.
I'm happy to be in this area, but it also gives me the opportunity to be able to find resources that smaller communities may not be exposed to, that I can actually expose you to. So, help me help you all, whoever's out here watching, and if not, spread the word, like at the end of the day, we are out here doing the work of the Lord, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And we're just out here to try to just bridge the gap on so many different levels. And, my brother, my biological brother passed away from HIV/AIDS complications, over 15 years ago. So there was always something in me that always wanted to give back to this particular area. And because I always feel like that I had a voice and that people listen when I speak, and that I had a message or something to give to the people. And if not anything else, be again a vessel and another vehicle to connect someone to the next resource or whatever, because a lot of people don't know, and especially you, those who have not experienced or who do not have, guidance or guardians of people of, seniority to guide them in particular areas. Spread the word, even if it's just a general question. Again, I know a lot. I don't know everything, but I do know a lot of things, and the things that I don't know, I know people who know them, and the other people who know those things who don't know those other things. So
Right.
it's about knowing where you can go to get information and being a vehicle and a vessel to others, and just being,
Yes.
So really, that's what it is. And so with that being said, we also just wanted to share some, some general resources with you all, just places that you may not have been able to locate yourself for some particular reason, or that you just didn't know existed. And
Correct.
I'll let you start with that. Then.
Before I do that, I found my mission statement and vision, and it was created. I had the vision in April of 2020. So our Founders Day for the Rainbow Reads radio show platform is April 15th. And this is the letter and the message I sent out. This message is to inform and reach out to any and everyone related to the current, future, or history of LGBT community, pageant, pride, or ballroom scene of the development of the Rainbow Reads platform. This message is not to ask for money, only to seek vital and valid resources, help, research, support, outreach for the LGBTQIA community through live broadcasting, event hosting, remote location interviews, community outreach, on-site testing, clinical research and advice, emotional and mental therapy, we plan to keep our community safe, empowered, and in tune. There are several different layers of the Rainbow Reads platforms, but we'll stick to the basics for now. There are a lot of resources needed and unknown information to the community that we need to know. Here is what we need to generate the platform to keep going. Please let us know if you have any events, advertisement, or resources that you would like for us to promote. We need up-to-date info on LGBT-related events in major cities like pageants, balls, kikis, or mainstream, pride events, festivals, concerts, showcases, worldwide knowledge of open clinics for testing, medication, protection, mental and emotional counseling, up-to-date info on utility, housing, and assistance vouchers, food banks, new regimens, recalls on old regimens, new CD4 count and viral load research, the effects of HIV and AIDS, mental health resources, life insurance resources. If you can provide lists of house members, pageant members, any pride events for 2022 and beyond, cancellations of any events or postpones of any of those events, and anyone in our network or in our community that work in entertainment, media, or music, TV, or radio, please forward them to the Rainbow Reads platform. We can use as many resources as we can, and we will provide you guys with them. Now, with the resources, like I was saying earlier, Ballroom We Care, they have a website, ballroomwecare.org. That is a reliable source that you can go to for certain mental health things and for certain resources. Ballroomwecare.org. It is based in New York. If you're in need of a therapist, you can call 212-947-7111, extension 236. Point of contact is Shane Toole. And some more resources. If you're applying for housing, they assist those that are diagnosed with HIV and AIDS. Service Line is a single entry point for applications, information, and referrals for services. Their operating hours are from Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Their primary contact number is 212-971-0626. Applicants are typically referred by medical and service organizations, though applications can also directly contact the service line. So that is a resource, ballroomwecare.org. Also, they have a 24-hour free helpline. If you know anybody that may be battling with meth and meth abuse, their contact info is 855-METH-FREE. This is a 24-hour helpline for you guys if you need it.
And another resource for those located in New York City, however, not only New York City, but Washington, D.C., Haiti, and Puerto Rico. Housing Works is located in New York City, Washington, D.C., Haiti, and Puerto Rico.
Wow. And see, that's what I'm saying, like, as far as the global resources, because the LGBTQIA community, it stretches so much. This shit is worldwide for real. Like, we have, families in houses and people in France. We have people in Moscow, Russia. We have people in the United Kingdom. We have people, like you said, Puerto Rico, Haiti.
Puerto Rico, Haiti.
Global.
If you would like to contact Housing Works, their telephone number is area code 347-473-7400. Again, the telephone number for Housing Works located in New York City, Washington, D.C., Haiti, and Puerto Rico is area code 347-473-7400. You can also go to, for further information, you can go to housingworks.org on Instagram, housingworks.org. Also, the telephone number, if you have HIV or AIDS-related concerns specifically, you can call 718-277-0386. 718-277-0386. They also provide medical, which includes COVID testing, primary care, behavioral health and substance abuse, youth and prevention services, adult day health care, and case management as well. They also provide housing, legal assistance as well as job services. So, especially considering with the pandemic and so many people have loss of income, including myself,
Yes.
so many variables have, taken place, you know, reach out to these organizations that are given this funding and that needs to be, allotted and used per, quarter and fiscal year and things of that nature. Like they have to be allocated. So they have to give these things away. Why not be the person who receives these resources? So, if you need a job, go through these organizations, even if you're not HIV positive, and figuring out how to go about getting in their job program or getting those particular free skills that they offer, to prepare you for the job market and to prepare you a resume that is marketable and that that is competitive in the particular area in which you're trying to apply.
Correct. And another great resource is Lost and Found Youth. They are housing services provided for youth between the ages of 13 and 25. This is a resource in Atlanta. The address is 2825 Chantilly Drive, Atlanta, Georgia 30324. Their phone number is 678-856-7825. Again, the Lost and Found Youth. They provide housing services for the youth between the ages of 13 and 25. That address again is 2825 Chantilly Drive, Atlanta, Georgia 30324. And their phone number again is 678-856-7825. A great resource. They are available 24 hours a day. And one thing that I have noticed just from, being involved in, media and media on and off the floor and social media, I've noticed that a lot of the younger community have a lot of questions. They really don't know a lot of stuff. And then honestly, and this is no shade towards anybody on or off the floor. I'm gonna say some of us make them feel uncomfortable speaking up and asking questions about certain things because you have people who have this specific mind frame or who see themselves in a certain caliber, and it could push off, in a boastful way, which kind of makes our younger generation inferior, or it induces fear into them to make them not want to ask questions. And I literally saw a post. I swear I don't know how it came about, but I was up late night and I was on Instagram, and there was a girl who wanted to know she wanted more information on getting a sex change, point blank, period. And she commented on another I think the girl was like in her early 20s, and she had just got her breast removed, right? And I sent it to Dominique, and I was like, damn, look, this is a perfect example, that showing that, the younger community has questions and they need answers and they need resources and they need information and they need support and they need guidance, in these certain areas. So that was another thing that kind of ignited me to come forth to be able to do research and provide these resources and this information for our community. So that's why we're here.
Yes, and these have been things that have been plaguing our community since
For a long
and
since them days.
I came out in 1997, and them problems existed then. And thank God, we have fast forwarded, and now there are resources and government funds and things that are allotted for procedures and surgeries and things like that. So again, we're going to be doing that type of work to figure out what doctors participate in what programs, and and the doctors that are best to go to as far as getting particular surgeries and all that stuff. So you ain't got to worry about. You don't have to worry about those girls that throwing shade and don't want to tell you where they got their pussy done.
Or don't want to give you the resources, don't want to tell you how to pay for it. And you got government funding that's covering a lot of this shit.
So, we're gonna try to be that vehicle and again that vessel and that gap that connects the dot where
there is no trying with me. Like I said, I've actually help fund quite a few surgical cosmetic procedures for some people, and I know some doctors and I know some shit already that can be, resourceful in these areas. And I might not give you my specific doctor who I work with, but I can refer you to some others, or I can refer you to ways to generate the revenue to pay for it, or the financing to take care of these certain procedures and stuff. That's what we're here for. I remember when I was young, like, I ain't gonna lie, I had the ballroom community embraced me at a very young age. Okay. At the age of 14, my oldest sister was connected to the Mugler house, the House of Muglers, and her girlfriend walked Woman's Face. And my gay mother, Raven Mugler, she walks Woman's Body. And they literally took me in at the age of 14. So I've been exposed to some things, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of came up around some elite people. Like, I'm not just, I didn't just kind of wake up and said I wanted it. Like, I've been tied in for a long time. Like I said, I just haven't been mainstream in the community with a lot of my stuff. It's been on some, if you know, or, the streets talk. So if you know, I ain't gonna call no names about who I've worked with or who I've helped along the way, but if you know, you know what I'm saying? But again, that's what we're here for. We're here to help our community, help empower our community, and provide certain resources and information that we have. We don't want to be your regular podcast on here just talking about hot topics and bullshit.
But we are going to talk about hot topics.
But we gonna get into it.
Because if I can't talk my shit, then I don't know how to feel. I don't know how.
It's no need. It's gonna be whack. It's gonna be whack. All right, so
we definitely have to talk our shit because we, even though I love us for real, we do some shit, and and I'm the type of person, I don't hold no punches with nobody. I don't give a fuck if you're gay or whatever. I'm gonna give it to you straight, no chaser, and it's out of love.
Right. So with saying that, you know what I'm saying, I do believe that we should be transparent with our experiences, in the LGBTQIA community, because not only does it specifically kind of share light on our personal experiences, other people can learn from our experiences. Other people can learn from certain shit that we've been through. It can help ignite people to move different or evaluate certain shit differently, or to look at shit from different perspectives. I didn't have just this beautiful, LGBTQIA experience throughout my life. I went through a lot since childhood, and I want us to unpack a lot of the shit that we've had to deal with. Go ahead.
Okay. So my CEO likes to get ahead of the game and all the other type of stuff. So I have to bring him back. So we are going to get. There's so much to unpack.
It's a lot to unpack.
Let me tell you, how you invite somebody over your house and they ask you, can they spend the night? He's like, yes, y'all come on over.
Oh my God.
How much shit they got? And so you done told that person they can come over and spend the night, bitch. Baby. And then you got a van full of shit and a U-Haul full of shit and an ass load of problems that they want to talk to you about and keep you up to 6 o'clock in the morning, even though you got kids and newborn babies and all that type of shit. That's the type of shit that we have to unload and unpack here together. But that's what that's all about, because it's all about healing and empowering and sharing the load and distributing that load so that we're not overwhelmed or feel like that we're overbeared with the weights of the world and all the issues that are plaguing us, because we all share the same qualms and the same disadvantages and the same discriminations and all that type of stuff.
Yes,
so it makes sense.
It's a lot. There's a lot for us to unpack. Now, we're not gonna go too deeply into details and talk about personal life experiences on this show, but we're definitely gonna do some unpacking and we're definitely gonna do some unpacking, because a lot of us had to deal with a lot of stuff like childhood trauma, abandonment, people not having proper examples to look up to, not having father figures, not having father figures there, not having proper parents, and then just like the resource that we just mentioned, the lost and found youth, that is something that I want to be like a lot more active about in the community, because I can remember when I was younger and I didn't really have too many, like, even though I had the Mugler family embracing me and stuff, still with certain stuff as far as my personal family, my biological family, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have nobody to bond with because I'm living another lifestyle, you know, and the years that we were coming up, that shit was still frowned upon. You still got whippings if you got caught kissing boys and shit like that. You know what I'm
Benji,
saying?
come into the light.
But
Come.
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
We'll talk about that the next show. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
But I had to let it be known that we got some unpacking to
so
do.
wait,
We all
yeah.
got
So
some
as you can see, because Benji alone has a lot of shit to unpack, I alone have a lot of shit to unpack. We gonna
yeah,
add y'all motherfuckers in here who got a lot of shit to unpack, and we're gonna unpack a lot of shit together. But that's why we're here, and that's why
yes,
we want to create this platform so that we can, you know, we're gonna be our own therapists and our own spiritual advisors and our own
exactly.
that are going to, you know, get through this thing together again instead of suffering in silence and in suffering and mental illness and mental health alone. Know that there
Yes,
are resources and there are people that are out here that are concerned and that are willing to try to at least help get you to
yes,
the right place that can get you the help that you need. But
exactly. And
on a lighter note and on a
yeah,
different note, we want to highlight the coldest winter ever ball, which
yes,
happened
yes.
less than 2 weeks ago in Queens, New York. Again, shout out to New York, my hometown, New York. Yes, the Mecca. The people were in the building. Like, shout out to Sanaya. Sanaya looked drop dead gorgeous, amazing.
Yes.
Caesar looked like, you know, Big Papa, like the Don, the CEO, definitely the one signing the checks and all of that. You know, like Mika looked amazing. She looked very, very happy to be with the Alpha and Omegas, which is Caesar's house that he introduced a little over a year ago. You know, again, shout out to Mika, you know, who is an advocate, who is very soft spoken, but definitely creates such a big light and makes a noise with her
Yes.
presence alone. You know, so like the folks that came out the coldest winter ever looked amazing. And the merger of the houses, that idea was iconic.
That was a
I
beautiful
loved
idea.
it. It created camaraderie amongst the
Yes.
houses. It
Yes.
showed unity. It showed that we as a community could actually get together. And you know what? The crazy part about it is the fact that the houses merged and it made each individual house that much bigger and larger.
Doper.
And it was almost
Yes.
like it's almost like you like as if you was playing Pac-Man and you ate a ghost and you got like 200 or 400. Then the next one you ate, you got like 1,600. It's like the fact that you merged, whatever. The fact that you merged, it's like y'all went like intergalactic into a whole nother place, and that shit was dope to see. And that is what we need more as a community. Like we need to work together, not just for a category, but that needs to be a lifestyle. That
Yes.
needs to be a lifestyle. We need to lean on and empower one another on a regular basis. We need to pour in each other's cup when another bitch's cup is empty and your cup is overflowing because you just got some news about a booking or whatever. Like you pass that energy and then that energy goes to the next person, to the next person. Like we're so worried about the physical things that we can see, but it is the things that we cannot see that manifest and make the difference into everything. So we have to be cognizant of energy and pouring, because when you're a blessing to other people, you automatically are going to be blessed. That is the way blessings are set up. Period.
Man, major shout out to Caesar and Sanaya. Listen, the ball was so amazing. It brought out people who hadn't walked in tens of years. And even the people, shout out to Tiger Morgan, because I wasn't in the building, but I felt like I was. I was on his live and I felt like I was in that bitch. So major shout out to him for that live coverage. But shout out to all of the legend statements, the icons, everybody who received an award, an epitome award, Butch Queen of the Year, whatever. Everybody. I felt like it was a very innovative idea for you guys to combine houses, and then for the houses to actually be in agreement and willing to make it happen and battle it out and still, build community in the process of it, because stuff like that shows the younger generation that it is possible. It is okay. It's not that shady in ballroom to whereas you can't come together to make shit happen or to, bro, it was beautiful. It was
They
beautiful.
definitely did it.
That was a ball.
That
and almost three. I think it was 3,000, about 3,000 of it in attendance. That was great.
That is a moment that is staple in my brain and in history to me, like forever. Because there's been houses that have merged, but for them to do that for a category and to do that on such a short notice, and for them to seem like they had been a part of one another for years. And to be so synonymous with everything that they did.
Because I can't lie, at first I was confused when I saw the flyers and I saw the two houses, and I was like, "Hold up, are they merging?"
Right? And that's what I was saying. I said, me being the ballroom philosopher, I had to break it down, and I was like, "Well, there's no way that can actually be possible in the way that ballroom is structured. So that has to be for a category, which is actually really cute." And
right.
They've done things kind of similar, but not to that magnitude. They've merged, like they make you do a category and be a mascot or something for a particular category or represent a particular school, but they've never done it on the strength of like two houses merging for everything, like house with the most trophies, but now it's two houses that are the most trophies. Every house has merged with another house. Like there's been houses that merge with other houses in the past, but never everybody at the same time and never in a category. So that alone was so monumental. It was just over. Like I just loved it, and the fact that everyone delivered.
Yes, everybody looked fab. Major shout out to Caesar, Sanaya, and shout out to Jason for the aftermath. Shout out to everybody who came and participated, whether you was in the building or on the live. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a moment in ballroom. It definitely was a moment. It definitely.
So you had people just showing up just to get their cameo because they were actually contracted to be paid, so they had to get camera time and they had to walk a category. So ballroom is just not just a spectator sport. It is not just now a place where you can kind of get your cookies crumbs. Ballroom is a place now that is now so mainstream and so profound that it is now another means of income. If you're well enough and you market yourself accordingly or whatever, then you can actually kind of make some extra income, if not a living, for yourself within ballroom. It's all in what you do, So again,
major shout out to the Black Mamba cameo, $7,000 runway.
Cameo.
The epitome. The shout out to the Black Mamba, and I've been peeping his, for a little minute, bro. His effects, the walk, the confidence, the strut, just knowing, just knowing that you dope and not really having to have the people validate you, but eventually when the people finally do give you your flowers and the feeling where you feel like your hard work has paid off and they are paying attention and it's worth it. It makes it worth it. Shit. Shout out to the Black Mamba, man, for real.
Shout out to Cameo, yes.
Shout out to Cameo.
And speaking of such, shout out to Cameo and then his brother, of course, and they're like a duo. So shout out to Day Day as well.
The Twin Towers.
Who won $6,000.
Shout out to the Twin Towers.
Last year, the end part of last year or whatever. So both $6,000 and $7,000 winners. So shout out to those two. Whom are like the people that were inspired by me and the people that I embrace and the people that I look to be an inspiration to and stuff like that. Like I love them dearly. Like, I just love us, like I said, for real. So, in the category, especially runway, that is my category. That is a category that is very near and dear to my heart.
So if you want to, I see you sent me a clip, right? For one on Instagram. Do you want to do it? It's not going to be that specific clip, but I do have another clip. Do you want me to play it and let the viewers see it or no?
As long as it's going to do me some justice and it is not giving me some type of, as long as I don't look late. or dated or something.
It's not even it's not you, hun. You're not in it. This is a quick clip of Olivia Mugler versus Mariah Balenciaga.
Oh, well, it should be. I thought
This
we
is
were going
on YouTube. You guys can follow Ballroom Throwbacks if you would like to view a lot of this content. All right, I'm about to share my screen.
interesting.
There. All right, I just wanted to do a little clip of it. I can, if you need to see it for yourself, like I said, you can definitely follow Ballroom Throwbacks on YouTube. This specific clip was provided by Valerie Vision. She's from Drag Space. She walks Drag Space. Not familiar with her, but thank you for the footage. Okay.
I believe that was Mariah Balenciaga and was that Giselle overall Mother Ticci. I believe those were the two listed in that clip. The category was face, and they both are definitely lovely face divas, and in their own right. Mariah has definitely appeared on RuPaul's Drag Race. Giselle was actually Miss Continental 2016, as well as a host of other titles that she has captured, and she currently reigns. Like, she's just the epitome of beauty, poise, style, grace, sophistication. Mariah is not an icon, definitely soon to be deemed icon, but I believe she is already icon for face and for drag, and staying true to the category and transforming, beyond measure, and being a household name and those that people know, not only in ballroom but beyond.
Yes.
So, like, we as a community are very talented, and the idea is when we all connect and actually work together is what is going to be the difference in how we are seen, how we're respected, because alone we can't do it alone. If we show up to the court, if we show up to the courthouse and it's just me or it's just you and we yelling and the president and the Supreme Court and all those people, they're gonna look at you like you're crazy. But when we all connect the dots and we work together for a common,
representation matters.
When we show up in numbers and we're all got the same message and we all in solidarity, that speaks volumes, and that shows unity, and that shows, a reason to promote and prompt change and to make a difference. So again, I can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. We have to do it together. Period. It won't work.
And I want y'all to understand that the same services and the same support that I provide to the Real Right Show platform, it's the same resources I provide for the Rainbow Reads radio show. Like, it was the same brand development, brand awareness for LGBTQIA entrepreneurs, music artists, makeup artists, designers, stylists, anybody who's trying to develop their brand, anybody who needs more education on financial literacy on the personal credit or the business credit side. I'm providing those same resources to the LGBTQIA community, bro, because we do it. Hey, teamwork makes the dream work. Oh God. You know what I'm saying? That's what we here. That's what we here for. And also with the grants, I've been telling a lot of people about the grants on my other show. Same shit on here. I have the same blueprints, the same guys that you guys can use. And there is a lot of grants that are funded specifically for the LGBTQIA community. You know what I'm saying? So all it takes is for us to just believe in each other and pool our resources, put in the work, and make it happen. This is only the beginning.
We are the world. We are the children.
You know what I'm saying? Major shout out to some shout out to we're gonna let's shout out some people in the community who've been doing good and been doing their job representing our community. Major shout out to Jack Mizrahi, man.
Yes, Jack.
Shout out Jack Mizrahi. Shout out to Mike Q, DJ Mike Q. He been working for a long time. Shout out to Kevin Prodigy, you know what I'm saying? On the mic, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Snooki.
Yeah.
Shout out to Snooki. Snooki been making moves. Shout out to Precious.
Shout out to Deshaun Wesley.
Yeah,
shout out to Pretty.
Yes, shout out to Precious. You know what I'm saying? Precious been making moves too on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Africa West. Long time. We've been working for a long time, man. For real. Shout out
to Honey. Honey's got her Nike promo. Shout out to Leo.
Yeah, shout out to Honey Balenciaga. Yeah, shout out to Shannon Balenciaga. They did an amazing job on Legendary. You know what I'm saying? Major shout out to Shannon.
Thank you, Leonie, for continuing
to shout out to Tati, Mother Tati, Mugler. Shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Turo. Turo been putting in work on the voguing classes. Been putting in work for a long time. Shout out to Turo. You know what I'm saying? Mugler and his bitch. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the fam, bro. You feel me? Shout out to the new houses. Shout out some of the new houses that have just started developing. Shout out to Montclair. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Demore Versailles. These are some new up and coming houses right now who making noise.
Shout out to the house of Mason Margiela.
Yes.
They're also a new house,
yes.
International house. There's quite a few. Shout out
Gorgeous
to
Gucci.
The house of Delcor.
Delcor is definitely new.
Also a new house that just debuted this year.
Yes.
Very new and very fresh. You know, shout out to everyone just kind of, you know, like if you're not happy somewhere, shout out to the people that are now making the moves that I didn't make. You know, shout out to the people that realize their worth and just know that you don't have to be stuck or stagnant somewhere, that you can create the vision for what it is that you want to see, that you can create your own idea of what a house is supposed to be and what a family is supposed to look like. So shout out to the younger generation for having the courage to build and expand and do their own thing, you know, but don't forget about the older people, because those are the people that are going to help you keep the foundation, you know, so that when you have those questions or when things just seem to be falling apart. So we all need to continue to keep in mind that we all work together and that we all need each other for something, and you can't erase one or the other. So that is the idea of working together, and that is the idea of the rainbow. It is a multitude of colors, a multitude of things, and depending on where you're doing it, sometimes it's darker, sometimes it's lighter, sometimes it's on one side, it looks like it's on the other side, sometimes it radiates different. However, it all is synonymous and it all means something, and it takes a particular formula to create those colors. So just know that every single person is a vital aspect and is definitely a piece of that particular formula that is needed for the bigger picture and for us to do what we need to do to move forward.
This is correct. All of this is correct. You know what I'm saying? And I want to tell you that I appreciate you for helping me do this. You know what I'm saying? And one thing people have to realize is a lot of times when you're working with people, it's best to work with like-minded individuals, and you have to see it. You know, not only you have to see it for yourself, but it has to align and resonate with your morals and your principles and your values and what you represent and what you stand for. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you for, you know, taking the time and the effort and the energy to help me build this, because it is a lot doing it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it definitely takes a village. You know what I'm saying? We both have been working behind the scenes for a minute on this, you know what I'm saying, and to finally, you know, we're at the day to where we're having our first launch is definitely only up from here. And like I said, I really do genuinely appreciate you for joining me on this journey.
Oh, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for appreciating me and saying that because I mean it definitely has not been easy, and my thing is it's like I just pay things forward and I just feel like that there is a bigger picture and there's a bigger purpose for my life other than, what I'm here for or,
Mhm.
my own particular endeavors or what it is
Right.
that I have to accomplish.
Yes.
I've always been the type of person to always worry about the next person or, making sure that everyone else is okay. So, that's always been me.
It's the same. It's the same for me. And like, even though the people might not see those late hours where we were up exchanging ideas and exchanging information, and people aren't going to see those moments where we're researching and trying to find the right content to put on the pages and to put out to the people. Like, but those are moments that we, what I'm saying, need to cherish because like I said, it's only up from here. What I'm saying? I appreciate you for, like I said, for joining me. If you guys would like to make any requests, we're not going to take any call-ins this week. We what we're going to do is um, we're just going to talk about how to contact us from now because we're going to get ready to close the show. We've been live for over an hour now. So we're getting ready to close the show. But if you guys have any ideas or if you would like to be interviewed on our show, if you have any events that you would like promoted or if you would like to shed light on anything inside our community, any resources, you can definitely email us at itsrainbowreads@gmail.com or you can inbox me or him, and we'll definitely look forward to building
Inbox
inside the community. Make sure y'all hit us up.
for
Also,
real.
for events and for events, I do own a travel agency, and I do believe that we can come together on planning events and planning trips. I've already been doing it, like I said, behind the scenes for years. But if you guys have group travel or group events or house events or group travel that you're trying to take care of, I do own my own travel agency, so we can definitely connect on that. Dominique, is there anything you would like to plug in?
Um, No, but I would just like to say for those who may have peeked in or peeked out, thank you. I know
Yes,
the beginning stages of anything, there's trials, there's a building period, there's all of that. I just want to thank those of you who may have tuned in and been a part of the initial process and the groundwork, to lay the foundation and to continue to move forward. I do believe that consistency, and being steadfast in what it is that you're doing is very important. So I just want to continue to press forward and to continue to bring you the news, whether there's 1 or 1,000. But I just implore you all to spread the word about Rainbow Reach Radio. Yes, we're a new entity, we're building, but we're all about building together, and we're not on a facet or facade of wanting to feel like that we're bigger than, or there's no shade or anything towards you all. We want to be a resource for you all. There's going to be topics, there's going to be all that shit because it's going to be a podcast, but it's a plethora of so many things. And I just want to welcome you all to your feedback, your comments, and I just want to welcome you to share, this platform with everybody else because there's going to be something that somebody can resonate with at some
yes,
point. Because again, we all have so many things to unpack. There's going to be a topic. There's going to be a moment. There's going to be something that you can get, whether it's a credit, a business venture. Benji offers that. Like, there's going to be so many different things that we're going to provide on this platform because we alone bring so many different brands and so many different things. We're able to
yes,
share a plethora of information with you that maybe the
yes,
average person who has not done the multitude of things that we have done is able to share with you. For example, I'm currently studying to receive my insurance license. So if you indeed are in need of insurance or you need information about the laws of insurance or how to go about obtaining a policy or what you should look for or what are some of the prerequisites as far as, getting into a policy, and we all are going to die. So we all have to prepare for that as well. So all of those things, we want to be a one-stop shop and a vessel to be able to provide you so much information and be say, you know what, they all right, because it's but like that's what it is. We're here for you, so whatever we can do, it doesn't matter what it is. Just let us know if we got a way to put it, out there.
And please understand that we are provide like our one of my sole purposes for this is to continue to provide value for my community on so many different levels. There's so many different things that we're doing, like I said, behind the scenes that the mainstream don't know about or that a lot of y'all might not know about. So with this platform, we'll be able to kind of let y'all in on a lot of different things that we're resourceful in and ways that we can help, help each other, ways that y'all can help me help you or help me, you get what I'm saying? So thank y'all for viewing. We definitely had some supporters over here on Facebook. We had some supporters on YouTube too. So thank y'all so much for tuning in, whether it was for 2 minutes, 2 seconds, or a whole hour.
3 seconds count as the views. So thank you for your 3 seconds. The people that popped it out.
Please understand that we got some amazing ideas on the way. We got some amazing ideas on the way. Not even to mention the fact that I'm working overseas right now. So we're building overseas. And I'm going to be here for a while. So just stay tuned to that. A lot of our people are traveling overseas now. You know what I'm saying? We got our passports. You feel me? We're not playing. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for believing in us. And we will continue to believe in y'all. You know what I'm saying? Benji DaRula, Street Sweepers, the Mafia, I'm RBNT. This is Rainbow Reads Radio. Every other Monday, right? We're going to do every other Monday starting off?
We're going to do every other Monday, I guess. And depending on how
we
give we'll increase as demand calls for or whatever. But this is a nice, good, steady start, and we'll see where things go. Because here we are. There was I think 31 people that said they were interested to go in, but I don't know like all of what's going on. But at the end of the day, again, the information is here. We're here. We went through the show. We did what needed to be done. So at the end of the day, that's just what it is. So
if you ask me, it gave exactly what a first show was supposed to give. It gave what it was supposed to give. So if you guys want to follow me on all social media platforms. I am Benji DaRula, okay, on all platforms. And if you want to follow the show, we have a Facebook page, we have a Facebook group, we have an Instagram, and now we have a YouTube channel for the Rainbow Reads Radio platform. We're still building the website, so we'll have the website up and running with the merch very soon. So stay tuned to that. Let everybody know how to follow you.
Oh, yeah. And so here, I don't know if you all can see me or not, but this is actually a part of the merchandise, the Rainbow Reads Radio t-shirt. With the logo.
And I'm wearing the Rainbow Reads hat. These will definitely be in the site.
I'm sporting, the gear, and I just wanted to kind of dress it down, but also dress it up, give it a pop of color, and add some flair to it. But just get a t-shirt and support and do what the fuck you want to do with it.
We got a banner. We got a banner too. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't come in time, so you guys stay tuned. We got a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? In the vault that we're gonna pull out for y'all. But again, thank y'all for tuning in. Stay tuned. We'll continue to provide value and resources for our people. Go ahead.
You all can find me at on Instagram at the artist DRL. That's the artist DRL. Also on Facebook and all other platforms, the artist DRL. If you type in Dominique Lee, you will also find information as well. So.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We're live and in full effect each and every other Monday from 8 to 9 p.m. EST. Y'all know what time it is. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all email us if you have any questions, concerns, comments, inquiries, promo. It's rainbowreads@gmail.com. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. Thank you all.
We're gonna close the show with a couple little beats right here. Want to give a little hand performance? Want to give a little hand performance? Want to give a little ha ha ha? Want to give a little cha cha cha? Want to give a little hand performance? Want to give a little ha ha ha? Want to give a little cha cha cha? Yeah. Hey.
Yes.
Hey. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let's go.
Yes. Work, children.